Most real estate agents hate open houses. They spend their entire weekend sitting there, hoping someone walks in, making small talk, and most of the time they walk away with absolutely nothing. Sound familiar? Here's the truth that most agents don't realize. The problem isn't the open house, and it's not the market either. The real problem is the way most agents run their open houses. And what's interesting is this strategy that fixes this didn't come from real estate at all. It actually came from Starbucks. Yeah, the coffee company. In this video, I'm going to show you a simple system that can turn an open house into one of the best lead generators in your entire business. And make sure to stick around, because I'm also going to show you the one question that instantly tells you who in the open house is actually a future client.
Okay, let's be real for a second. For most real estate agents, open houses feel like a chore, right? A total drag. But what if you could completely flip that script and turn them into your #1 source for amazing leads? Well, we're about to break down a game-changing strategy that does exactly that.
I mean, does this sound familiar? You spend your entire weekend setting up, being on, talking to people, only to walk away with absolutely nothing. It's a huge pain point for so many agents. And you know what? It was this exact frustration that led to a complete revolution in how to do this.
So that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And here's a spoiler. The answer isn't some cheesy new sales script or a better flyer. It's a fundamental, deep-down shift in how you approach the entire event.
It really all kicks off with this massive shift in your mindset. You've got to stop thinking of yourself as a passive host and start seeing yourself as an active creator of an experience.
Just look at the difference here. The old way, it's so passive. You're just waiting, hiding out in the kitchen, hoping someone talks to you. You walk away with nothing. The new way is all about being proactive. You're at the door, you're creating a vibe, you're leading with value, and you're actually building a real pipeline of future clients.
Okay, so where did this brilliant idea even come from? You'd think some big real estate guru, right? Nope, it came from a super unexpected place. A book called The Starbucks Experience. Yeah, the coffee shop.
You know, Starbucks absolutely nailed this idea of the third space. They figured out pretty quickly that they weren't just selling coffee. They were creating a comfortable, inviting environment, a place people actually wanted to be. And that is exactly what we're going to do with your open house.
So what can we learn from a coffee giant? It's pretty simple, actually. Make it comfortable. Make people feel welcome. Give them overwhelming value right up front. And find a way to create a personal connection. Because listen, it's not about selling the house. It's about selling the experience of working with you.
All right, so that's the philosophy. But what does this actually look like when someone walks through the door? Let's get tactical here and break down the play-by-play.
This little 3-step welcome is so simple, but it's incredibly powerful. First, a real warm greeting at the door, handshake and all. Second, you immediately hand them a folder that's just packed with value for their whole day. And third, you pull off this one little move that changes the entire dynamic. And this is the ninja trick. It's straight out of the Starbucks playbook. The second you take a big marker and write their name on that folder, just like on a coffee cup, something clicks. It gets personal. I'm telling you, you can literally watch their body language change, their shoulders drop, and their guard come down. Okay, so you've set the stage. People are comfortable, they feel welcome, you've given them value. Now it's time to figure out who's who in the room, without being that pushy sales agent everyone tries to avoid. And it all comes down to one simple question. As they're about to leave, you just casually ask this: have you been looking for a while? Their answer tells you everything you need to know. Everything. And just like that, based on how they answer, you can sort them into one of 3 main groups. You've got your brand new buyers who are just starting out. You've got your curious neighbors who are, of course, potential sellers. And you've got the folks who already have an agent. Each one needs a totally different game plan. All right, now that you know who you're talking to, you can hit them with a custom-tailored exclusive offer, something they can't just get off Zillow or Redfin. For those new buyers, you start with this number, 20%. You just lean in and tell them that around 20% of all homes actually sell completely off-market. I guarantee you, that gets their attention, fast. And boom, that's your offer. You tell them you can get them on an exclusive VIP list for these secret off-market properties. That's a huge competitive advantage for them. Almost every single serious buyer is going to give you their info for that kind of access. And what about those nosy neighbors? Well, the offer for them is just as juicy, and it's immediate. You simply offer to pop over to their house right after the open house ends for a quick, free, no-strings-attached market analysis. Super simple, super valuable.
But here's the thing, and this is crucial. Getting their email or phone number is only half the battle. The real magic, where the deals actually happen, is in the follow-up. And the only way to do it right consistently is with automation.
So here's what that system looks like. They get a welcome email right away. Then for the next couple of months, they get these automated, helpful conversational emails, not salesy stuff. After that, it switches to just a simple, hey, just checking in text once a month. It keeps you on their radar without driving them crazy.
And you have to have this mindset. Your goal is to get a yes or a no. Don't be scared when someone unsubscribes. Seriously, celebrate it. That's a win. It means you can stop wasting your time and focus your energy on the people who are actually interested.
And this is what it's all about. This system is out there working for you 24/7, building trust in the background. So when a lead is finally ready to make a move, you're the first person they think of, even if you haven't spoken one-on-one in months. How cool is that?
All right, let's wrap this up with the key takeaways. 1. Stop hosting, start creating an experience. 2. Lead with massive value, not a sales pitch. 3. Qualify everyone with one simple question. 4. Use an exclusive, high-value offer to get their info. And 5. Automate your follow-up to turn those leads into actual clients. That's the system.
Look, this whole framework works. It's been proven time and time again. So the only real question left is, what kind of experience are you going to create at your next open house?